guys and bad guys, cowboys and Indians, sinners and saints, masters and minions. They're all the same to me. They're all the same to me.
Welcome to Fence Post Politics, the only place for unfiltered, nonsensical, probably fake news that you never asked for. Brought to you by the Burning Daylight Podcast and your host, myself, Matt McKinley, Aaron Ellis, Tim Martin, and Rob Jost. Now let's have a little bit of fun, talk a little politics, and tell a dirty joke or two.
And your college trick magic might have fooled everybody, but you didn't fool nothing on me.
Well, happy birthday, Rob.
Where is Rob?
You dirty Jew. And just because we told a lot of Jew jokes here lately, and it is Rob's big day, I'm going to start out with one that is, it is related to the Jews, but it is not making fun of the Jews. So I think this will...
Wow, getting straight to it, Jesus.
It's in support. It's in support.
Suffice.
That's pretty fucked up.
Straight to it. I don't know. For the audio listeners, it's a man shaking hands with a man who's on fire. The guy on fire says, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment to talk about freeing Palestine?" And I forget what that kid's name was that lit himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy.
Started with a B, I can't remember.
It was Bushnell, something Bushnell, I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
Tim Burton.
Oh, he better not do that.
Tim Burton. Like, no, can't talk about Tim Burton.
Wow, and then Matt just decides to bail after that one. Jeez. This is good pod. We wasted all of our good jokes on the beginning of the chat, and Rob just called it. Matt just called it. Matt might have lit himself on fire.
I mean, let's be honest. Matt's not going to cover himself in kerosene. He's going to cover himself in cum.
Again. How
Dude,
did
you look like
this is
Steve
like
Jobs for a second when you go to the dark screen, because you're like this. You look like you're just plotting to erase the human civilization.
I don't know how to make my screen go black.
I don't know.
This is what Matt gets.
My cock.
This is what Matt gets when he leaves the podcast.
He said he glitched. He had a Mitch glitch.
Oh
moment.
God damn it! He had a Mitch glitch.
Yeah,
He better not cut this out either, because this is golden. This is some of the best this podcast has ever had.
No, there
I'm
oh,
excited
good.
to
Matt's
listen
back.
to it. I glitched like Mitch. I don't know what the fuck happened. It just said something went wrong.
We thought you lit yourself on fire in protest.
I thought about it. I mean,
you wouldn't waste good kerosene.
No, honestly, they're trying to get rid of all those products, so it's vital that we use them wisely.
Matt, would you use extra virgin olive oil?
I don't.
Manischewitz.
And masturbate and see if he can before he died.
Did he use gasoline, or was it some other type of accelerant?
I couldn't tell. I watched the video kinda, and it looked like a clear liquid, but I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, and it was in just like a water bottle about like this.
Can I go full conspiracy theory? I feel like if you're on fire, I wouldn't be that calm walking around, and I'd probably be done after like 15 seconds. Was he on something?
You think he was on fentanyl?
Had to be on something.
fentanyl.
Maybe. I feel like 45
I
seconds
mean-
is a long time to burn.
I don't know.
Well,
From what I
and
saw, it looked
also-
pretty real.
I was real for sure. I mean, that's been confirmed. But
Yeah,
I wonder if it wasn't the fire extinguisher that killed him, because like that stuff's not good for you. The
that gets in
shit
your
that-
lungs.
the fire
It's way
retardant.
worse than fire.
Here's what I
No,
was.
fire's pretty bad.
Fire's bad. Like, don't get me wrong, that guy was gonna be fucked up for a long time, but it was it was like that. All right, so he is obviously taken after the Vietnamese monk that lit himself on fire. Well, that dude had like a full can of gasoline. So I mean he
Yeah.
doused himself, and this kid had, I mean, like, I don't know, say 20 ounces of gasoline. That's not a lot. Like it's
What was
gonna
it, jet
burn
fuel?
pretty quick. It could have been.
I don't know. He was
I don't know.
he was yelling
He was Air
free
Force.
Palestine, and you like inhale a lot when you yell. So that usually does it.
I'm spelling conspiracy,
That cop
Matt.
was not going to let him up and attack anybody, though. Gun drawn the whole time.
There's a guy-
I
cop
honestly
with a
think
gun
that
drawn?
the cop forgot he had the gun in his hand.
Well, because
Like he was just in that position because he's in shock,
Fire extinguisher's not gun as he was as he was
holding
drawing
his
down
gun
on
on the guy. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna shoot the fire out, sir.
I mean, it's well known that I'm the Pope.
Oh God, did we
Are we
lose Matt
losing Matt
again?
again?
Jesus. Has the internet made it to Nevada like fully?
Is his computer on fire now?
Oh my
But
God!
you know what?
What a
was it
freeze
weird-
screen for him.
Was it weird? Like, I feel like if I was on fire, there's no way I'm concentrating on anything I'm saying.
This
It-
guy,
it's
like this guy
fucking
had
weird.
a past. This guy has a crazy story behind him too that like no one's really talking about because like he was part of all of these anarchy groups and all this stuff, and like a couple of the groups were kind of like egging him on, and
Do it, pussy.
yeah, it was like the whole backstory. It just doesn't add up.
So what was he? He was a soldier, right?
Yeah, he was part of the Air Force
Like the American. Where did he burn himself?
in front of the Israeli consulate in Washington D.C. So
I don't know,
it
man.
was super weird, and like I saw like a snippet of the video before they took everything off, and he's just like walking up to it all calmly, and he's like saying his little thing, but he had like he had like a little man he had his little manifesto that he was saying all this stuff for, and then like he also was talking to his buddy and like willed his buddy. It was like his TV and like a refrigerator full of root beer. That was in his will. He had like a refrigerator full of root beer,
Huh.
which I'm not even going to give you a refrigerator full of root beer.
You get nothing but cum stains and pickle juice in my refrigerator.
Dude, what are you doing to your refrigerator? Your poor refrigerator.
I mean, you always eat after you masturbate. I mean, you're hungry.
I'm out of pickles.
I don't like the wash.
No, it was like a super disturbing video though. Like it was definitely real. It happened, and it was.
But see, Matt's fucking ruined me. Every story that comes out, I just like, nope. There's got to be something more to the story. Nope.
Well, there definitely is more to the story, but it's like I think this guy was just kind of crazy and wanted to do something really like a little too much. And the cop that came out with his gun out for like you don't know what this guy's doing. If he's like he has like a bomb on his chest or something also. So you're just kind of like freaked out, and you're also seeing a guy on fire.
What did he think? He was like a 1930s bomber? Like, gotta light the fuse. Capitalist pigs.
It's like one of those plungers.
Right. I don't know, man. And then I'm just weary of all of it because I saw another thing that it was funny how the Ukraine funding, they said stalled talks, and literally 30 minutes later, the U.S. government sends out a warning about Russia secret bullshit about exploding nuclear bombs in the atmosphere. I'm like, God damn it, Matt. I believe in this. I fucking believe in this, Matt.
Oh, when what was it? AT&T went down at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Matt was just creaming in his pants, like he was losing his mind. You know it.
Yeah. Like,
even though AT&T doesn't even make it to Nevada, I don't think. I don't know.
Apparently.
Yeah. The mouse that is running in the wheel that runs Matt's internet died. It lit itself on fire.
I wish at this point I could bring up Joe Biden's interview, but apparently we don't have our host to bring up that fucking chestnut of a interview.
That softball that he still dribbled like Texas leaguer.
It was painful to watch because you're like, hey,
everything he does is painful to watch.
We're gonna show the softer side of Joe. He's smart enough to be funny, and the only joke he had was putting on sunglasses and mentioning that Trump couldn't remember his wife's name, even though there was a woman in the audience named Mercedes. Research?
I didn't hear that part. I just know I watched like snippets of it, and it was like this guy's in charge? Really? Really?
Are you talking about me or Biden?
Well, you too.
Well, both.
We think the mouse that runs in the wheel that powers your internet, it lit itself on fire now.
It might have been. Rob hit the internet line when he was tunneling. Yeah, all right, what were you guys talking about? Because
we
talked about everything.
Interview.
I also want to know how like close to full erection were you when AT&T went down?
Oh man, what were you thinking?
Honestly, I didn't know till it came back on. I'm not on AT&T, so I was kind of I was at work, and then I went to check my email or something, and then looked at Drudge, and it said it was down. I was like, huh. They said solar flares. Definitely not a cyber attack. Definitely not a cyber attack. Honestly, I don't know. That's who knows.
So
is really anything real anymore? I don't know.
It was really hard to jack off to it.
I bet so, but I mean, like, how are you going to get your porn if AT&T is down? Come on.
True. Yeah.
You know what the worst part about getting older is? Your masturbation spank bank. Your spank bank is just, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like I have no nothing.
You got to have visual stimulation.
No, I need to know how good he's giving it to her.
Right.
You know?
You're over here jacking off like a fucking pilgrim.
I don't know if you guys heard my joke before the computer froze, but the cop was not trained to fight fire. He was trained to shoot black people.
So he was screwed either way.
He was really unclear of how to proceed, and so I give him a pass on that.
I kind of actually, like I was telling Aaron, I kind of totally understand where this cop is coming from. You pull up on a scene, a dude is on fire. You don't know if he has a freaking bomb or what's going on.
Yeah, no,
you automatically grab for your gun. Like
he's got a stick of dynamite like in a Western, Tim.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame that dude at all. Like I said, it's not a good look for sure.
It's not a good look.
But I'm not gonna fault him for it.
You should have shut out the fire hydrant.
He shoots off the cap of the fire hydrant and just a water cannon goes off.
No, Matt, before you glitch like Mitch out for the second time, we were talking about the Joe
third
Biden
time
interview.
Just completely melts what's left of that dude's skin.
Shoots him through the chain link fence that he was next to.
Only on Fence Post Politics could we find
glitch.
Suicide
Glitch
by
like
burning.
Mitch.
Hilarious.
Glitch like
Jesus
Mitch.
Christ, we lost Matt again.
No,
This might. No, he's like stuck.
Oh,
I'm done. You.
there he is. Matt,
Oh my.
show us your dick if you're there. Matt, you're frozen. I feel like this would be a picture that we would put up in remembrance of Matt after the officials take him away.
I have a picture of Matt where it looks like
again?
he's trying to deep throat the microphone.
Damn it.
I need a picture of this so that I can Photoshop in a big
Froze.
dick in his hand.
Obviously, he can't hear us either because he's just jabbering on
Froze.
like Joe in an interview.
Dying.
Hey, Jack, where am I? Where am I?
Jesus Christ, Matt.
What a cum stain. What a cum stain.
Oh my
Nice.
God. All right. So I guess I'll take reins of this. Oh, geez. I'll take reins of this podcast.
What is EOS webcam utility? Oh, shit. The government got him. The government got him.
He's been watching too much interracial midget scat porn.
Okay, what's scat porn? You didn't fill it. I'm not going to look it up.
You don't know what
Can you
scat
tell
porn
me?
is?
Is it shit porn?
Yeah, it's two girls, one cup.
I feel like, but the only time I've ever heard the word scat is when I was at the Rocky Mountain Arsenal and they were talking about tracking fucking coyotes.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. His EOS got him.
Dude,
Oh.
the blue lace. I hope Matt paints his house blue because after these podcasts, they're going to fucking laser him the fuck up here pretty quick.
Oh, my God.
So what else
No, yeah.
is going on, Tim?
So that's what scat porn is. and that was the second time I got herpes. No, crabs.
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 I think you get herpes once and then you're in it for life.
Yeah. I'm trying to find some kind of good story for you and I to talk about, but like that's usually Matt's job, and I don't know why we rely on him so much, especially with his internet.
Oh, we're terrible at picking friends.
All right. Yeah, let's Google news of the weird. That's usually always good.
I don't know what the fuck, fellas. I'm
There-
back.
Oh my
There he
God.
is. Okay.
I hope everything was still recording because I was answering your questions about scat. Well, even though you couldn't hear me.
Matt, paint your house blue, okay? Do us a favor, bud.
I didn't hear that part, I guess.
I said with all the podcasts, the government finally got you and shot a laser at you. Hopefully your house is
Dude.
blue.
I was working out last night and I stepped outside to go pee and there was a drone like in the kind of general vicinity. It wasn't like right over. I don't know if it was somebody in the somebody
You
local
didn't shoot
or if
it?
it was the government. I don't know. I didn't have a gun near me at the time, which is that's my bad. That's my fault.
Yeah, guns your
Yeah.
thing. Come on, cowboy.
But
It's
anyway,
usually not a good idea to
I
shoot a
flipped in
gun into the
double birds.
air also. Nice.
Yeah. Well,
Shit.
I probably wouldn't have shot because it was right there close to the neighbors. And even though I'm not a big fan of them, I I'm not that big of a dick.
He
So-
shoots. Warning shot.
Shut that dog up.
Matt, you should pull up the Joe Biden interview. That's always fun to
Okay.
cringe at him.
Oh my
The one
god.
from today.
Yeah.
No, the
No, he was on what's that fucking
Seth
guy's name?
Meyers.
It's like a
Oh,
late show. Seth Meyer, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Did you guys watch Shane Gillis on Saturday Night Live?
I saw the
I saw
monologue and I
one.
saw a couple of the
He didn't go as hard as Norm did on the monologue, but it was still pretty
oh my
good.
God.
He just when he's
Norm went
shitting on
so
his
good.
dad, the assistant high school girls basketball coach.
Volunteer.
I really did enjoy that part. Do we want which part of the interview? I've got a couple clips here.
Oh God.
You could really pick any section.
The whole thing was
Okay.
just a softball that he whiffed on.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
well, when they talked about like what have you done in your presidency, and he was like, "Well, we got a lot done." It was like Rob making an
Here we go
argument
again.
when he knows he's lost the argument.
yeah,
A lot of
Rob would be
generalities.
better than what.
Rob would be funnier
okay.
unintentionally.
President Joe Biden,
It's true.
you mentioned classified material, some documents recently.
Holy fuck!
Let's
Damn
not try and test
You were
Matt's.
currently 81 years old.
Told you that.
Yeah,
That's classified.
that's all joke.
Zing!
Ugh.
Holy fuck!
Damn it! This
Dude,
is
that dro-
this gonna be a.
You might want to check your cables.
This might just turn to a podcast of us telling funny old stories.
Has to be.
Remember that time I came on Matt? Oh, that was every day.
You came on? You tell me.
It's not gay if your socks are on. Is that what he said?
That's what.
He sounds like Garth
It,
when they go through the
make-
donut. Yeah, like donuts.
that's all. And first one, eye contact.
This might go down in the like Guinness Book of World Records as the worst podcast ever made.
It's got.
You're gonna listen to this and be like, "Yeah, no, we're not listening. We're not gonna post this one."
It's, hey.
I got nothing, Matt. Matt, you're probably saying freaking just like pure gold fire, but
Yeah.
we're getting none of it.
Son
It's
of
like
a-
Stephen
oh,
Hawking in Electrical Storm.
Is
There's
it
a zap.
hmm.
Matt's got like a good $98 worth of a material in front of him too. How's it not working?
I don't.
Oh my god.
Because of the heat that's coming off Matt loins, it's just melting everything like that dude melted in front of the Israeli fucking consulate.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Oh god. What else happened this week, Tam?
What happened this week?
Oh yeah, Nikki Haley lost to nobody. That
Again.
was interesting.
And I love that Joe Biden only got 80% of the vote in Michigan.
100,000 votes for not anybody.
Yeah. They are like how in a spin room do you spin that one?
You know,
I
well,
think you did.
Thanks, Matt, for that super
Did
insightful.
that come through clear?
nope.
You sound like you're talking to a fan.
You sound like you're getting pounded by one of those automatic.
Father.
Awesome.
It's like
What's
Tommy Boy
that?
with
What
the
did they
fan.
call it? The fuck horse that the girls sit on? That's what you sound like right now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Joe Biden is.
Yeah, Matt sounds like he's riding a Sibian.
Taking the shit out of him. That's like fuck this.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, so like, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't the worst thing to happen to Biden, but the people behind the effort, they really downplayed. They were like, as long as we get double digits, it's going to be a success. No,
Oh my God.
I mean, it was 1 million votes, and he still got 800,000.
Well,
Like,
the funny
people are
thing
still
also
behind
is
him.
like the last time there was an incumbent Democrat vote in Detroit or in Michigan, only it was Barack Obama, and only 100,000 people showed up. And then this year, 800,000 people somehow showed up.
Dude, you're tingling my fucking conspiracy theory now.
I know. And he still only got 80% of the vote.
There's no fucking way Joe Biden would pull more votes in a primary in Chicago than Barack Obama. Bullshit. I'm a denier.
Well, it's mail-in ballots, dude.
Oh, good. Matt's back.
There he is.
Is it sound better now?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's off his Sibian. Is that what you call it?
Sibian.
Is that one of those writing machines?
Oh, man. Turn off your phone, Matt.
Oh, my God. How many
Fucking
podcasts have you
everything's-
done? Jesus Christ.
Oh, it is.
Is that your
not
wife
going
yelling
well.
at you that the internet's out?
No, thankfully.
Unplug it.
Plug it back in.
Why when the internet goes out that we're just tech support? Are you the tech support person in your house?
Yeah, I've been tech support since I was like 12. So my parents were old. So like it was fix the printer. My dad, the computer would freeze up on him, and he would just mash the keyboard about 6 times and then turn it off and walk away.
No, Dad, I don't know why the screen's blank and sticky keyboard. I don't know.
Aaron just hits it with his dick.
He can only reach again, or
he can only reach
the
the B.
We pushing our luck here.
Let's see what we got.
See.
You mentioned some classified materials, some recently classified documents. And this isn't a gotcha show, but I do want to ask about it. That says you are currently 81 years old.
Who the hell told you that?
Yeah.
That's classified.
That's classified.
Whoa!
All jokes aside, according to recent polling, this is a real concern for American voters. How do you address that concern going forward as you come up to the 2024 election?
Well, a couple things. Number one, you got to take a look at the other guy. He's about as old as I am, but he can't remember his wife's name.
Yeah.
Nancy's titties.
No.
First of all, what he's referencing was when Trump was at a rally and he was talking about Melania and going on and on and on. He saw somebody in the crowd cheering super hard. I guess she's some bigwig in the party down there. Her name is Mercedes. Fucking fact check before you. And Seth Meyers had made that joke on the opening, and this old fuck just brought it back.
Well, and then like they're trying to do all these gotcha moments on Trump also, like when he accidentally he blamed Nikki Haley for January 6th, and it was just like, no, he just had her name in his head and he just said it a few times. It's not like it's not like a huge senior moment.
Right. They're both old.
Yes.
But Trump's clearly still mostly with it. Like Biden's clearly not. I mean, it's not a good comparison. And this is what I hate about the Trump presidency is like I'm not a fan of the guy. I voted for him in 2020 because Uncle Joe, come on. But like, I'm not a fan of the guy, but you have to, like, you end up defending because of all the bullshit that gets thrown at him. You're like, okay. And this guy immediately switches to Trump. You know, like when they ask him a question about his age,
Deflect,
and he immediately
deflect.
goes immediately to Trump. So like, oh, you got nothing. Like you have no solid arguments. You have no policy positions to run on. It's just
It's the
orange man bad.
That's it.
it's the argument we always have with Rob.
Yeah.
We are not full. And what really pisses me off about this whole thing is if you go anything anti Biden policy, you're automatically in MAGA country.
Right. Yeah, it's just asinine. Like the border deal too. Like they're like, oh, the biggest bipartisan border bill ever. Like, yeah, and it sucked. You essentially legalized what's happening right now up to, but like, oh, once it hits
5,000.
what was it, 8,500? Yeah, it was 5,000 average over a week. Then we can shut down the border. But you're already not enforcing the laws on the books. What makes you think? Nothing gives me any faith that you're gonna uphold this new law. And yeah, so this is all in a text chain, and so then Rob was trying to, pardon the language, trying to Jew me down over the difference between migrant encounter and migrant crossing, and he's like, they're different. I was like, where were they encountered, Rob? Oh, across the southern border. That's where they were encountered. So they crossed the border and then they got encountered. What's the fucking difference?
Oh,
I saw something the other day that more people have crossed the border, like population wise, than 34 states.
Yeah,
it was like 2.5 million last year alone.
Yeah. So like we basically just like inherited a new state of people.
And those are only the ones that were encountered.
We know about,
processed and then released into the country.
They're in
that's
full
not
mode.
the gotaways.
They're in full buying votes mode. Like they're gonna try to get them be able to vote. And then today, Kamala came out. I don't remember the specifics, but said something to the extent that there's a program where they'll pay for your school if you register to vote.
Jesus.
Well, all right. So I don't know if it's same in Colorado because it always starts in California and then kind of moves. Like it's like Colorado or California and then like Washington, Oregon, Colorado, Nevada all kind of follow in the same path. But California has where it's and I can't remember if it's on the. I know it passed on a ballot question, but it's an amendment to the state constitution, which has to pass twice before it goes into effect. But California has it where you're automatically registered to vote when you get your driver's license. And then they allow illegals to get a driver's license.
Wait, at 16?
No, I mean, yeah, you have to be 18, but like.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, when you're 18, like, and you go get you renew your driver's license or whatever, that they automatically register you to vote. And that's the way, I guess it's not the way it is here, yet anyways, but
I just think in Colorado, if you get your driver's license, you're in selective service.
Yeah, that's, I also have a theory. I think maybe my Transforce theory is coming true, but it was not how I envisioned it with, Green Berets with double D tits and raging boners, like, which is terrifying.
Terrifying, yeah.
What I think is, particularly after listening to a podcast with Grand Thumb. I guess it was not really a podcast, but one of his YouTube videos, and he had it was a British military contractor and then an American military contractor that were serving over in Ukraine with like their foreign division or whatever. And they were going over kind of like the ins and outs of how the actual fighting is going, and that shit's fucking brutal. Like, just it's straight up World War I trench warfare, but with all the neat, cool guns and technology shit that we have today. And so maybe they're having this big recruiting crisis in the military, but maybe they're just picking up all these non-binary people and then just sending them to the front as cannon fodder eventually. Because they're not going to be a very effective fighting force. But if we learned anything from Russia, you don't have to have an effective fighting force. You just got to have a lot of them.
Just
like
throw
a whole
bodies.
a whole lot of them. Yeah, so maybe that's. I don't know how Transforce is going to shape out. I'm spitballing here, fellas. I'm spitballing.
You're a Renaissance man.
So anything else on this Biden?
I mean, go through
interview?
this. He goes through his accomplishments. It's almost like a Kamala Harris kind of stump speech. There's really nothing.
He also talks about his plan for 2020.
It's about how old your ideas are. Look, I mean, this is a guy who wants to take us back. He wants to take us back in Roe v. Wade. He wants to take us back a whole range of issues that are 50, 60 positions.
Huh. Well, I mean, it obviously wasn't a solid American position because Roe v. Wade was challenged many, many, many times before they finally overturned it. I mean, the pro-life movement was like constantly challenging the Roe v. Wade stuff, like constantly. So it was never solid settled. It was kind of a 50-50 issue, which is why neither side really wants to do anything about it, because it's the ultimate wedge issue. If you don't fix that problem, then you can run on it again and again and again. Just same way with the border. That's been, Republicans have had plenty of chances to do shit about it, never did. So
no.
it's all wedge issue. That's all it is.
God, your internet is a wedge issue.
Thanks, Elon. Yeah, it's I've heard some. I guess it came out the other day that the CIA had a bunch of bases in Ukraine, right up on the Russian border, pre-Russian invasion. So like, the whole unprovoked line kind of keeps getting whittled away at. Like, it seems like we were poking pretty hard over there.
Is that a Trump thing, or was that there during? I could see Cheney doing that.
I could see. I could see any of it. I think it was under Trump though. And so like Trump was the first one to sell Ukraine weapons. Like that was the whole thing he got impeached over, was not blackmailing Zelensky, because like the whole thing was like he tried to, if I remember right, is he tried to use his political influence to get at his political opponent, is what they said when they impeached him. But yet,
to fire that prosecutor.
Yeah,
the
prosecutor
didn't
get,
wasn't
or
Trump,
like
sorry.
They didn't dig up on anything on Joe Biden, and then they still got the weapons. So like it was, if he was guilty of what they were accusing him of, he just did a really shitty job of it. But yeah, he sold them. I think it was a bunch of like Stinger, maybe not Stingers, maybe it was what's the anti-tank one? Javelin missiles, I think.
Yeah.
And and then apparently there was a bunch of bio labs. Remember that one was a conspiracy theory too, that there was bio labs in Ukraine. Turns out that was true, and there was a lot of them. Like I think it was like 28 or some shit like that. And now it turns out there was a bunch of CIA spy bases along the Russian border. Like, not saying he was right for invading, but I kind of see where he's coming from. You know, if the Russians were setting up a bunch of spy bases on the Mexico border, we'd probably nuke Moscow. It's
Wait, what?
What, do you not remember the Cuban Missile Crisis, Tim? You were alive during it.
Wait, no, how dare you, first off. But
You're old as fuck.
if the Mexicans were building a bunch of bases
No,
on the
if the
Mexican border.
Russians-
That's what I heard too.
If the
Oh, I
Russians were
thought
building
you-
them on the Mexican border, we would
We
nuke
would-
Moscow.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that if the Mexicans were putting a bunch of borders on the
No,
Mexican
the
border.
Mexicans pretty much have free reign. If I'm watching stuff
We would-
closely, it seems like there's no rules down there.
We would
Mexico
bomb
does what it
Moscow
wants.
if the Mexicans started getting uppity.
A lot
All
of
right, so
Russians in Cancun.
Here's a question: what do you do with Mexico? Like, who do you deal with? Like, do you just tell the government to fuck off and deal directly with the cartels because they're who's really in charge, or what do you do with a country like Mexico?
That is
Build a wall, brother.
Build that wall.
Make it a 51st state.
I would not be opposed to it. Like,
No.
if these guys are, and I've said it many a times, but I'll say it again. If these fuckers are so hell bent on going to war, why don't we liberate Canada first? That'll be easy. And then
Fucking Trudeau.
just roll south and just roll all the way down to Argentina. That their new president seems like he's pretty cool. We'll get along with him, and then let the rest of the world just fuck off. Just Monroe Doctrine again. Just
There was
Western
a guy in
Hemisphere.
Germany in the 30s with the same thought process.
well, I didn't say anything about the Jews.
Whoa,
And,
whoa, whoa.
that's- and that, in that
we're not-
scenario,
It was implied because it was you.
We're not
Oh,
going to be
fair
that
enough.
specific on the genocide, Tim.
Yeah,
That's
we've
the
covered
difference.
No,
You've gotta be
like back
non-specific.
off on that. Back
You
off
gotta
on
be
that a little bit.
Non-specific. Non-specific genocide is the name of the game.
I'm just gonna take over all these countries next to me.
Blanket genocide. That if anyone wants to know my foreign policy, blanket genocide, never specific.
It would be a McKinley's. It would be a Mick Blitzkrieg.
Mick Blitzkrieg.
Sounds like a sandwich at McDonald's.
That's what they serve on Hitler's birthday in Germany at the old McDonald's. Mick Blitzkrieg.
And what is the fake meat called?
Oh,
Meat? It wouldn't be there.
Oh,
Would be no
Impossible.
meat because it's vegan. Impossible meat. Yeah, it would have
Impossible
to be
meat.
Impossible Mick Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
dairy free. Oh fuck. Yeah. Apparently that dude that set himself on fire wasn't the first guy to set himself on fire over the Israel-Palestine deal. I guess there was a guy in Atlanta. I don't even know
Really?
if it was a guy. I somebody else. I don't know any of the details, but I have a hard time imagining a circumstance where I would light myself on fire in protest of anything, let alone a country thousands of miles away from here.
Oh no, the Rockies make me think about it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we do as our final hoorah. Because let's face it, by the time we die, the Rockies still won't have won the World Series. So we'll just go to we'll go down to Coors Field and just light ourselves on fire. In protest of the Monforts.
We're riddled with cancer, so we have no pain receptors anymore.
Yeah,
We could
like
last
my
45.
liver's about to burst any moment, so we might as well just light yourself on fire.
Matt, I was when you were taking your
When I was
little siesta there.
Glitched like Mitch.
Yeah.
The
Have
Sibian.
you heard all the stuff about this guy also?
No, but I had read the story about it, and then I was watching the video with like me and my wife were reading through the story, watched the video, and like he was talking before he lit himself on fire, and I was like, oh, he's a gay guy, and that's about as far as I got, and then I just assume he's got every flag in his Twitter profile, like Ukraine, Palestine, pride flag. I like he seems like your typical lefty college student today.
Yeah, he had some anarchist issues, and then he also like it kind of seems like yeah.
Huh.
Look into this guy because
is that the McKinley household foreplay? Is
yeah, I was wondering that too. You're just cuddling on the couch and just like spoon up and watch a guy burn himself to death.
Ooh, that's got me hot, babe. Me too.
We weren't cuddling, I don't think.
It doesn't take much.
I think it was at the dinner table. It was dinner table.
I mean, might as well. You had well done steaks.
Oh, hibachi.
I can see bad, but
I mean, if he would have flipped a shrimp tail into his pocket, come on.
Did you do the volcano with the onions, Matt? Before standing on?
Probably don't eat those. Soaked in gasoline, but looks cool. Don't eat them. Yeah,
This guy has some skeletons in his closet.
I believe
media is definitely not talking about. And this guy, like, basically he emailed his manifesto beforehand to a bunch of news outlets and some anarchist website.
Huh.
Yeah. And they basically, and the anarchist website kind of just like said, go for it, man. Like,
yeah, didn't you know, Matt? You were CC'd on it.
I didn't get that email, I suppose.
It was a BCC. It was blind copied.
Got it. Yeah, that happens.
Okay, so this is from Marxist.com. Aaron Bushnell, an act expressing the rage and frustration of millions. No, I don't think that's the one we want. Anarchistfederation.net. Okay. I think maybe this is.
He had a lot of skeletons in his closet for sure.
He was on the R. Kelly spectrum. Now I'm having the closet.
Today I am planning to engage in extreme act of protest against the genocide of the Palestinian people. The below link should take you to a live stream and recorded footage of the event, which will be highly disturbing. I ask that you make sure that the footage is preserved and reported on.
Don't worry, everybody loves a barbecue.
Yeah. We consulted the Twitch account. The username was Lily Anarkitty. Huh. The user icon was Circle A. We have since confirmed the identity of Aaron Bushnell. He served in the U.S. Air Force for almost 4 years. One of his loved ones described Aaron as a force of joy in our community. There wasn't anything joyful about that video.
No.
An online post described him as an amazingly gentle, kind, compassionate person who spends every minute and penny he has helping others. How did he buy the gas then? He is silly. This part. He is silly.
In Biden's economy, he bought that much gas?
He is silly. Accurate. Not silly is not quite the word I would have used, but we'll go with silly. He makes anyone laugh. We're all laughing about it now.
I didn't laugh that much watching the video.
No, I didn't. I laughed at the memes. I didn't.
I didn't watch the video. I couldn't.
Matt,
this guy also
anarchist who lives out his values in everything he does. So, anarchist values is just setting yourself on fire.
Apparently. So
why is nobody setting themselves on fire for like the weaker? the Uyghurs who are getting murdered for like years.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Matt, I was also telling Aaron about this, but apparently this guy had a talk with one of his buddies a day before it happened, and the buddy thought everything was cool, and then this guy emailed him his new will, and he emailed him his will, and his will contained him willing him his refrigerator full of root beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of.
It's gonna go bad. It's gonna go bad.
That's a brilliant troll. Like my last will and testament. I have
a fridge full of root beer. It's yours, dude.
That's how you know this guy's a psycho. Who drinks root beer anymore?
Who has root beer is delicious, but who has a fridge full of it?
When's the last time you drank root beer?
My dad drinks root beer, and he's 5 years older than you, Tim. Boomers.
Yeah, okay. Root beer is amazing.
I'm not talking shit on root beer. I'm just saying it's kind of like nobody drinks that shit, and it's and they haven't for a while. Like it's kind of a niche thing.
What the fuck is Aaron doing? Aaron, turn your mic off.
Stream there, amigo.
Jesus,
hissing in the kitchen.
I mean, is it any worse than Matt being on the fuck machine?
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
How's that bubble water?
Different strokes for different folks.
So this guy basically, like, the media is making him out to be some kind of hero, but he definitely had some issues.
I feel like that's
are they making him out to be a hero? I haven't, because I don't watch the cable news anymore. But it is because like they've been reporting on Gaza quite a bit, but they're all still pretty pro-Israeli. Like we were talking before, that New York Times story about the rape and dead babies and stuff from Hamas turned out to be pretty much all bullshit, and it was made up by a former IDF intelligence officer who took part in this story, but even though she had never published any sort of journalistic work ever before, and her previous job was for the Israeli Defense Forces, so it was like a straight propaganda piece. So I don't know what the media's view is on the Israel. Like they're kind of like Biden, it seems like, where they're like, "Hey, Israel, don't do that, but we're standing with you." they're like, we told them, we had some strong conversations right before we sent them a whole bunch of more bombs. You're like, I don't. Your position is confusing to me.
Is it kind of like us in the bar with Matt when he's super hammered? Oh, just, no, Matt, don't piss on the sign. No, don't do that.
Just talking shit to some dude that's like 6'8", and you're like, okay. Everybody, okay.
No, Matt, don't call him a cunt, Matt. No. And you just want to see him kind of burn.
He said bunt.
Speaking of bunts, I heard you guys talking about Nikki Haley. That I hope she stays in all the way through, and
she's going to.
I don't know. The Koch brothers dropped out. They stopped funding her, so I who knows? I would. She should have been out by now, but she's. I
got a text from her the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you ask her how her husband was doing?
I said unfollow.
Did you get a nice bush shot?
No, I wish.
You probably could.
I would have voted for her.
You probably could have fucked her. Her husband's deployed, so she has a track record of doing.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, there's 2 sworn affidavits of dudes that she fucked while her husband was deployed.
Jesus. So, and why is she pushing so hard for World War III?
So her husband can be deployed all the time. She can just go on a fuck fest.
Her and Lindsey Graham fuck in the same circles.
they're probably fucking the same pool boy.
Yeah. That
Allegedly.
pool boy goes both ways.
I don't know, because she's Indian, right? Do Indians and Filipinos get along?
That's what she says.
That's the question here, because Lindsey Graham's pool boy is a Filipino, like almost guaranteed.
We should text that question to Jake.
We should. Where's my phone?
I sent Jake a meme the other day of what's his name? Che, the guys that do Weekend Update.
Oh, Michael Che, yeah.
And then the other guy, what's the white guy's name? I can't remember. But he
Mr. Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. His joke was something about how Leap Day is next Thursday, but this year we have to deal with it for a whole nother day. And then it just showed Black History Month.
And what was Jake's response to that?
He just said, damn.
I said, do Indians and Filipinos have beef?
Yeah, he's probably sleeping too. I can't wait for this response.
We need to have an episode where we bring all these guys on, just
I know,
so they can try and tell their side of the story of anything.
So Nikki Haley lost by 20 points in her home state, and still gave somewhat of a victory speech. Trump's victory speech was even better because they were talking about the black turnout in South Carolina, and he's like,
"Oh Jesus
I think
Christ,
they like me. They think I'm being discriminated against because the indictments. I think they really connected with me on that one."
Well,
he
he
won
also
Michigan
made the
by a
comment-
mile also.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear the comment he made too? Like he was
No.
saying, like he couldn't see the black faces in the crowd or some shit like that. Pull it up, fucking pull it up, fucking pull it up. It was just one of the it was, you know what, his whole speeches, it's an Andrew Dice Clay special. Like he's just
Yeah.
he's just it's Mr. Garrison. He's just fucking
He's just riffing.
That's it.
Was it South Carolina or was?
Yeah, it had to be because I don't think there was anything. Yeah, it had to be South Carolina.
Okay.
You should Google like Trump crowd comment.
Okay. Trump.
Oh, Tim went to go get pegged by the Sibian.
He's
I couldn't hear you guys over the Sibian.
Is it Sibian or am I totally fucking that up?
I mean,
I think that's right. That's right.
Okay. Cool. I'm hit.
I only own 2 of them.
You would think one for the mouth and one for the anus, but they're both for the anus.
How would that?
Well, if you
feel
sit on it
Man,
right,
that would be intense.
Have
Do
you
you have to
ever
like?
see-
Do you have to like
DP.
do a hand and then like jam the one up your ass first, and so that you get the full mouth action? Because or do you just like tilt the Sibian up so you can?
it's like
I'm not sure
an
about
L shape.
the physics. It's an L shape.
He knows
Okay.
Okay. He knows a fabricator. Don't worry about it.
So that's
DVD.
where the autism kicks in. You're just like, all right, how physically would that work?
How could
he
someone
makes it
use
work.
2 at the same time? And then you go on to can someone use 3 at the same time?
3 Sibians, man.
That would register on the Richter scale, I think.
You might as well
Okay, I
just be
think
banging a
maybe-
horse at that point.
I think this might be it. This is from me.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Matt's
There we
chugging
go, Matt.
along.
There you go.
Yeah.
you, the black pop. I am indicted for a lot of different groups.
Yeah, that's real. Donald Trump spoke at an event hosted by an organization,
God, I fucking
Generation
hate these
Here,
breakdowns.
Voices.
I just want to. I want to see the actual comment.
He got play this.
And then I get indicted in time. A lot of people said that that's why the black people, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing, but it,
Yeah, it's not AI. That's
Okay, there he is.
What the fuck?
Funny.
Matt, we didn't get any of that.
You didn't?
No. Elon shut you down.
Damn it.
and then I got indicted a second, a third time, and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. Actually viewed me as I'm being. It's amazing, but it.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was not what was going through their mind.
I don't think it probably was, but Trump's hilarious, dude. God damn it, that dude's funny.
He is funny.
He says that again. Play the clip.
I think that's why the black people are so much on my side now, because they see what's happening to me happens to them. Does that make sense?
No,
That
it does not
when
make
I-
sense.
In Atlanta, you know that mugshot is Elvis Presley's, Elvis Presley's number 2, and Frank Sinatra's. Frank Sinatra fighting in the I don't know, something in a gas station. He tried to hold up a gas station. I don't know something. Elvis. So Elvis is number 2, is always number 1. The mugshot, we've all seen the mugshot, and you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for millions. The amazing. By the way, millions of these have been.
Donald Trump.
Oh,
He's a funny dude.
he is. I like him in clips. I cannot imagine going to a rally and sitting through, because he'll go for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, just
Easily.
fucking wings it. Just wings it.
He doesn't even need a teleprompter. He just goes.
No, the teleprompter would melt down. It's like,
I give up.
He's funny, and the part that gets me is he pisses all the right people off. Like that part makes me like him more, but then also he does a bunch of stupid shit that I'm just like, this guy's kind of unhinged, but he is pissing these people off. So maybe he's onto something. I don't know. It's just
It is funny to
Biden
watch like half the
2.0.
country like lose their mind.
So there was another clip of Trump telling the audience the lights were too bright, apparently meaning he could only see black audience members. These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there, but I can only see the black ones. I can't see any of the white ones. That's how far I've come.
Jesus.
Quote unquote. That was the
mean,
one I was.
I think I found it.
It sounds like something Nick would say on accident.
So that we put.
Oh my God, the internet, Matt. The internet.
No, I'm trying.
I'm going to be really impressed if people have made it this far into this podcast.
I am.
Sent our jail because to put them in our jails, they didn't pay the electric bill. Oh, I like that better.
Are you getting any of this, Tim?
Nothing.
So much better.
Matt's frozen
Damn
again.
it.
Deep throating his mic.
You heard that one?
Fuck. Well, you heard the video, didn't you, Tim?
I could hear like a snippet and then it goes blank.
Oh.
I caught some of the good jokes though.
Much as you in our jail, so that we put them in jails, because to put them in.
Okay. Well, we'll skip the videos from here on out. It's not gonna work. Yeah, I do love the spin that Nikki Haley's putting on all of these. Like, it's gotta hurt at some point. Like, you lost by 20 points in your home state that you used to be governor of. Like, that's
Like,
gotta suck, don't it?
She won pretty handedly, right? In those,
Well, yeah, it's a Republican state, and she was 2-term, or maybe she left her second term early to be, what was she, UN ambassador for Trump, something like that. I don't know. It's
I was gonna ask you guys, who, if Trump was not in this, who would be winning?
Who? Honestly, I think RFK Jr. would, if he was if he was in the Democrat primary, I think there's a good chance he'd be winning it, just strictly off a name.
If he stayed Democrat, like he would be winning. Like, but the Republican side, who would be winning out of the field that we started with?
DeSantis probably.
De Sanctimonious. Yeah,
It'd be
well, I don't know. After the lifts, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything seemed to go downhill after the boot high heels.
Well, like, try to take Trump out of the picture, though, which is fucking impossible to do nowadays.
That's hard to do, yeah.
Everything revolves around Trump. The dude's a fucking juggernaut. But, like
if it was just a straight up Republican thing.
He's a goober, but we've elected goobers before. I mean, look at George W. And Obama's kind of a goober too. I don't know. It's hard telling.
Would Haley still be in it?
Probably.
I feel like all the old conservatives with money, that was their horse.
Yeah, the donor class likes her, so she'd have plenty of money, and I don't know. There's a good chance that Trump will just bankrupt the RNC as well with all of his fucking legal fees.
He's trying to.
It's insane. I don't know. And then the Democrats have just squashed all competition they can, or just ignored anybody running against Biden. It's they moved the first primary to South Carolina, which is illegal in New Hampshire. I guess it's in New Hampshire state constitution that they have to be 7 days before everybody else. And,
really?
Yeah. And so, yeah, he pissed off a bunch of people in New Hampshire, but honestly, does anybody care about New Hampshire? Like, when's the last time they've done anything relevant?
I seriously think RFK is going to be the reason Biden loses.
If he gets on the ballot in all 50 states, which I don't know if he can, he's going to throw a real wrench into the election. He's not gonna win it, but he might win some delegates. Like he might pick off. It's Maine and Nebraska that split their delegates by congressional district. So there's there's always like
I
one.
thought there was one more in there too.
I'm not for sure, but I know Nebraska and Maine for sure, because there's always like one red district in Maine that gets an the Republicans will get one electoral vote in Maine, and then Biden got one in Nebraska this last time, like the
Right.
whatever the district that Omaha's in, went for Biden, and that was the first time it's happened in Nebraska for a while, I think, but I don't know. It's really kind of gross how they talk about how Trump is such a threat to democracy, but they've done everything to squash any sort of competition on the Democrat side. I mean, they pushed a fucking Kennedy out of the Democrat Party. Like the son of RFK got pushed out of the Democrat Party.
Who was the last
Joe
president
Biden.
to be taken off of a ballot?
Abe Lincoln.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do have to say, for how depressing this all is, just to save it for entertainment value, they better debate. And we are live. We are watching.
There's no chance in hell.
I want the three-way debate with RFK and his stupid voice up there. Like RFK's like the vaccines causing this, and
I don't know what this asshole's
vaccine,
saying.
tremendous vaccine, fastest vaccine in history. Everybody.
He lost his voice from sucking dick.
Hey, Jack, LBBQ friendly. Jack, get vaccinated.
Joe Biden's just eating ice cream during the whole debate.
Eating ice cream, talking about Gaza.
With his aviator glasses on.
To his credit, who the fuck goes up and asks the dude a question about Israel Gaza when he's trying to enjoy an ice cream cone?
Ice cream cone.
Like that's a little over the line.
But his answer was hilarious because we'll have an answer in the next
by the weekend.
What do you say? Yeah,
End
by
of
the weekend.
And
And then it just like escalated everything.
And then Monday.
Yeah,
And
my
then
security. I don't know. My
both-
security advisors tell me it's soon. I don't know.
And then almost immediately both Hamas and Israel said no,
Nah, dog.
we're not close at all.
Oh, did you see the French president talk about
Mhm.
how it wasn't out of the realm of having Western troops on the ground? And
See-
literally every country is walking away from France.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
France.
nope, nah, Doug.
I was starting to warm up a little bit to France with all the farmer protests over there, because they're like spraying down government buildings with shit wagons, and I was like, all right, maybe the French are cool. And then that's Macron was like, well, maybe we could send NATO forces to Ukraine. Now, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. It's a fight between Russia and Little Russia. Stay out of it.
The French are kind of known for their revolutions.
I know they do
And
know how to
losing.
riot, though, don't they? I mean, they
Yeah.
can damn sure protest. Not
Yeah.
much of anything else that I'm aware that they're capable of lately, but they do know how to protest. Let me find the story about Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law. She drowned in a Tesla. I think it was a Tesla.
She got Teddy Kennedy.
Well, no.
Chappaquiddick.
Yeah. Where was the Kennedy in this whole situation? Were they around the scene?
Maybe. It maybe. Let me find this. I don't want. We know that McConnell's stepping down, but that's not what I. Okay, here we go. We don't have to have video this time, so I think I can share it without freezing up. Maybe. Angela Chow, Mitch McConnell's sister-in-law, car accident. Died in a car accident, according to several.
Oh God, we still
That's
froze
her.
on that.
Even when Matt speaks, it freezes up.
Does it really?
Too much internet.
All right, I'll pull it off the screen. Pull it down. God damn it.
Jesus.
Are there any drones flying outside, Matt?
I'm not sure. I'm in here, so I can't see outside. You know, because I'm inside.
Just shoddy.
Can't. Angela Chow was a formidable shipping executive and shipping industry leader, as well as a proud and loving daughter. Blah 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 blah. So she was like the CEO of this shipping company that has ties back to the Chinese Communist Party, and she was a Harvard graduate. I want to hear about the crash, though. I'm not hearing. Maybe this one. She died Sunday so it was in Texas, Blanco County. Blanco County Sheriff's Office on Thursday confirmed it was investigating an incident on private property that involved Chow, but it would not provide any additional information. Daily Beast, maybe they have something. But apparently she like backed into a creek that was next to this house, and then I think it was a Tesla, so I don't know if like the doors shorted out and then it just locked her inside and she died.
Oh shit.
Like aren't creeks technically not that deep? Would it take her 10 hours?
Most creeks,
drown?
yeah.
Is it a creek or a crick?
Crick. I don't know.
You gotta watch out for those cricks.
The cricks.
Yeah, I'll get you.
Damn cricks. There is like nothing. Try a different search engine. Google's not showing anything. Sister-in-law. New York Post. New York Post will have something good. She may have drowned after crashing her car into a body of water on private property. So maybe it was a pool. She drove into the pool. That would be funny. This Chinese chick just gets blasted and drives her Tesla into the pool.
Just cementing every stereotype ever.
It just said, yeah, right. She was just trying to parallel park. I think we solved it, guys. There was no foul play. She was just simply an Asian woman driving. We can't expect much more than that.
God.
A law enforcement source told the outlet that Chow possibly drowned after a car was found submerged in a body of water on the property, located in a rugged area dotted with multi-million second homes along rolling hills favored by many of the state's wealthiest residents.
This seems fishy. Like
it does seem fishy.
They couldn't say pond or lake.
And then Mitch the Glitch steps down as a minority leader.
What the fuck's going on?
Interesting.
Is our brain too broken from all the conspiracies coming true lately that this just seems like a conspiracy now?
Is this a conspiracy or just lazy writing? I can't tell.
I don't know. Well, see, this is the most information that we've found, and I've looked at like 3 different articles so far, and yeah, this is the only one that mentions any details about a body of water.
I mean, at this point, it sounds like she drowned in a puddle.
Yeah. Maybe Mitch is a real gangster and we just don't know. Like maybe you don't cross Mitch McConnell.
He'll glitch you.
I gotta pop this up on the screen, so I'll try not to talk while it's just so you can see Mitch and his wife.
Looks like Tim.
What?
Oh, it is Tim.
Do they have to bang a gong every time they walk into a room?
They should. They absolutely should.
Everybody
I respect
bows
him more if he did. And then his wife just goes, "You pay now."
No ticky, no laundry.
Bobert's kid got arrested. Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah.
22 charges.
We're in Colorado. We heard about that.
I bet. Where was he arrested at? Oh, in Rifle.
I think in Rifle. Yeah.
At a bar.
You got to do something pretty fucked up to get arrested in Rifle, I think. Like, it's a pretty small town.
We knew someone in college from Rifle, didn't we?
Craig.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people from Craig. I think maybe there was a. I don't know. I can't recall anybody from Rifle specifically, but he is 4 counts of criminal possession of a financial device, 3 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and 3 counts of theft under $300. I really hope she doesn't get reelected. I mean, as entertaining as I don't know.
It's going to.
I don't know, dude. That's a crowded. That's a crowded primary too.
Yeah.
That just helps the incumbent.
She's not an incumbent though.
It's Ken Buck,
she is. Yeah.
It is a new. Yeah.
My dad said he didn't think she'd win, but that's hard to. Baca County's like 7 people, so it's hard telling. Public sentiment down there doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things. So,
no, I think your dad's spot on because she barely won last time.
Mm-hmm. Well, if she wasn't such white trash, like that would be easy seat for her to be elected to constantly. She's just white trash, and I don't know. It's like all the slutty girls in high school that we went to high school with are now like becoming congresswomen. And you're like, I know you're not smart enough for that job. I know you're not. But then again, it's that or a bunch of geriatric lizard people. So we're
it's true.
America. Crazy. What else there was something else I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember what it was now. It's gonna be a good one, I think. Texas is on fire right now. I don't know if you guys saw that. The Panhandle's like there was a town that got, I don't know how much of the town, but like pretty good chunk of it got burnt. Like
lasers.
Well, could have been Jewish space lasers. We don't know. It has not been confirmed that it wasn't Jewish space lasers, which we know exists now.
Where has Rob been for the past 3 weeks? We don't know.
He's been tunneling all over the goddamn place. little fella. I think I might send him a pickaxe for Christmas. just shows up and he opens it and Emily's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Don't even put who it's from. Just
No,
send
Hopefully, it's just
no
in the
card.
background of all of his podcasts.
Maybe I don't know how it'd work, but like a pickaxe shaped like a menorah. It wouldn't be a very effective pickaxe, but it'd be kind of cool.
He could figure it out.
He could figure it out. He'd figure out how to tunnel with that sucker. Did anybody ever hear what the story was behind that? Like, because we didn't ever come to any conclusion of why the tunnels were dug. I don't. It was one of the.
I don't know if there was any closure to that.
That's one of the craziest stories that I've heard in quite some time.
Wasn't it because it was a radical wing of some church?
Yeah,
it was a dispute over the building like across from it, or the building right next to it, and they couldn't get in.
Is that what? I don't know exactly. It was very unclear, and and seeing how it centered around a synagogue, a lot of lawyer talk going on there. So that they tend to be pretty good at the lawyerly stuff. So like, it's all very unclear as to what happened. Who's Andy Cohen?
That was the former Trump lawyer for the hush
That's
money.
Michael Cohen.
Oh, he's a filmmaker.
Andy Cohen.
Okay.
Isn't he like a host of TV shows or something?
I'm thinking so. I'm looking on Drudge here, and it's just another lawsuit accuses Andy Cohen of coke parties. Seems like a cool guy. Favoritism, booze, and bullying. This seems like a guy that we should probably hang out with.
He was the head coach of the Lehigh University Mountain Hawks. I don't think that's him.
I'm guessing not. I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing not. Andy Cohen refutes cocaine and booze-drenched lawsuit from Leah McSweeney. Oh, he's the creator of the Real Housewives franchise, I guess. He has faced a number of accusations and unsavory allegations of late, but a cocaine-fueled favoritism and booze bullying lawsuit has truly raised his ire.
The first thing that comes up when I search Andy Cohen, it says Andy Cohen begs CNN to reverse alcohol ban for New York Eve's broadcast. Quote, "Give the daddy some juice."
There's the name of the podcast.
That dude was throwing some coke parties. Give the daddy some juice. Okay. Yeah, you're right. That has to be the name of the episode. There's no other. I'm changing it right now.
And how fitting is it for the glitched out fucking mess this was? Give the daddy some juice.
That's awesome. What yeah, that is spoken like a guy that would truly know how to throw a cocaine party. You think any of these judgments against Trump will stand, like the 350 something million that he's supposed to pay, and then he's barred from running a business in New York for 3 years? It seems, I don't know. I really don't know. It seems like a victimless crime that they got him on, because it was all.
Well, when Rob argues against it, I know like a crime, you can still have a crime without there being an actual victim. But these are big banks that testified on his behalf, saying they did their due diligence and they would do business with him again.
He paid it off.
Paid him back.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the whole first impeachment thing. We're like, okay, but there was no quid pro quo there because he still gave the dude the weapons and Biden didn't get investigated. So there was no there. And nothing happened. But like this one, there was a whole bunch of like big time like business guys in New York that were like, whoa, what the fuck? Are you guys going to come after us for this shit too? Because everybody inflates their assets. I don't know. It's and then there's the it's hard to keep track of all the ones that they're coming after him for, but it seems like the one in Georgia is falling apart because the DA is a hooer.
Oh, did you see the testimony yesterday? The dude's divorce lawyer. Man, like, so the story is apparently the woman, the defense lawyer woman for Trump was texting back and forth, and basically she was asking him over text, like, something to the extent, like, did they have a romantic relationship? Basically, they were lying about their testimony. And he said, absolutely. And it was, I'm sure it was just like Hunter Biden today. Every question was like, I don't recall. No, I don't remember texting you that, even though she had the text right. That thing's going to get, at the very least, I think the lovers are going to be out.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't know the ins and outs of that case because it's a RICO case, so it's who the fuck knows. But the New York ones are fucking retarded. Like the one, the civil fraud deal. Like I honestly I don't understand that one because the banks that lent him the money, which he paid back, testified on his behalf, and they still found him, and that whole deal was just for the trial part was just for the amount of money he had to pay. The judge just decreed that he was guilty.
Oh, that's not an impartial judge in the least.
No, not at all. And so, like, I don't know if it stands up, but they're like, it's just a death by 1,000 cuts at this point. But then they have that Alvin Bragg dudes bringing charges for campaign finance, but he's using a federal election law and charging him with a felony in a New York City municipal court. Like, well, that's out of your jurisdiction. Like, that you can't have a local prosecutor charge you with a federal crime. Like, that doesn't work. And so I don't even know how that thing made it to trial, but I guess it's going to trial.
You're going to trial.
You're on trial.
All right, fellas, I got to call it.
Yeah, man.
Time for Tim.
Well, I got to get to Tim's office before he does tomorrow.
Maybe that's what, when we set ourselves on fire in front of Coors Field, we're all three just yanking as hard as we can, screaming "Free Palestine."
Just a triangle jerk.
Yeah.
I call Tim's hands because they're soft.
They are soft. He works a soft job. You don't want these hands. You don't.
How dare both of you?
But we got to.
You better not be wearing gloves again, Tim. I swear to God. And you better be looking me in the eye, and it better be enthusiastic.
See, we'll have to use diesel instead of gasoline because it doesn't burn as hot. So that way we can do like 3 pumps, Free Palestine, and switch, and then we.
Jesus Christ!
You know what we could do? We pour ourselves with the diesel, and we don't use a match. We just get so much friction going that a spark ignites.
Yeah,
that would really make a statement.
Yeah,
move your ass.
They
burn in daylight.
As they kicked Trump off the Illinois primary ballot too, so that's neat. Anyway, yeah, move your ass. We're burning daylight.
Good guys and bad guys, cowboys and Indians, sinners and saints, masters and minions. They're all the same to me. They're all the same to me. Winners and losers, the weak and the strong ones, the young and the old, the right and the wrong ones. They're all the same to me. They're all the same to me. And your politic magic might have fooled everybody, but you didn't fool nothing on me. Choose your battles or bite your tongue, 'cause you know your words have wings. Bar your windows and lock your doors when the puppets start cutting their strings. And watch your step when you find yourself in the company of kings. Good luck and bad luck, hard times and easy street, fortune and failure, dirt roads and concrete, the rich and the poor, the will and the way, the love and the hate, the night and the day. And your politic magic might have fooled everybody, but you didn't fool nothing on me. Choose your battles or bite your tongue, 'cause you know your words have wings. Bar your windows and lock your doors when the puppets start cutting their strings. And watch your step when you find yourself in the company of kings. Good guys and bad guys,